a little hard to, fortunately we have a very short essay today because Chico, he is my 11-pound orange tabby boy who has white feet, is just really snuggly this morning. I'm just like, so like he's being really needy and I'm just like, okay, I'm sorry. Unfortunately I have adult responsibilities. I can't just snuggle my cat all day. I snuggled my cat most of yesterday. I guess he's looking for a repeat and I'm just like, we don't have time for that. Okay. So we are doing Living the Science of Mind essays. So let's do the housekeeping really quick. Just reminding you that we are Creative Life Spiritual Center. The website is creativelife.org. The constant contact email is info@creativelife.org. It's one email a week, tells you what's going on for the week and the month. And then the hot links are hot. So if it says click here now, take you right to the information you want or to the person that can help you get it. And then it's a blind CC. So nobody will see your email. You won't end up on anybody else's email list because of us. And then with the social medias, we are Creative Life Spiritual Center or Creative Life Spark. And I am the running Rev Ryan on the social medias that I am on. We do not monetize them. We don't want to deal with the ads any more than you do. So what we ask you to do is to like, subscribe, share, follow, comment based on the platforms. When you engage with our pages, it bumps us in the algorithms, so we would appreciate it. All right, I think that's everything. Yeah, pretty sure that's everything. So the Living the Science of Mind is a collection of essays from Ernest Holmes at-home course. Like, it was in the back of the Science of Mind course. You could email off for it, and every week for 48 weeks, he would send you. And so that's where these essays came from. He would send you a lesson. They are not in chronological order. They are in by subject order. So there's that. Yeah. So let's get on with this. Okay. Today, like I said, this one's a really short one. What the mystics have taught. And I need to charge my light. Yeah, I need to charge my light. Okay. All right. Whew. What the mystics have taught. That's kind of ironic that I'm talking about the mystics and my light needs to be charged. Mystics. Light. Hey. Okay. What the mystics have taught. To begin with, the mystics have taught a perennial philosophy, which means that the deep spiritual thinkers of every age have arrived at certain conclusions independently of each other. And we may be certain that in the main, their conclusions. Okay, hang on. He's using a word in a way that I don't usually use it, so that's what's throwing me. All right, we may be certain that in the main, their conclusions were correct. The great spiritual seers of the ages have taught that humanity is on the pathway of an eternal evolution, the purpose of which is to produce in the individual everything that is inherent in the nature of the divine, to feel back of this fundamental unity, to commune with it. To feel back to this fundamental unity, to commune with it, to experience the beneficence of its presence, recognized and understood, is what is meant by mysticism. What? That's a very long sentence. And all right, let's read the rest of the article and then we'll talk about it. It would be impossible in the space at our disposal to use exhaustive quotations from the mystics, but you will find a thread of continuity running through them all. You will discover that they all arrive at approximately the same conclusions. It is worthy of note that throughout all their teachings, evil as a thing itself disappears and becomes lack of knowledge of truth. The theological concept of hell, the morbid teachings of the afterlife are missing from the teachings of the inspired, because they knew that we all are in the process of evolution and that finally everyone will arrive at the same place, for God is incarnated in all. It is necessary for a student of the science of mind to understand this. For while we are often surrounded by negative conditions, which most certainly seem evil, evil is never a thing in itself. Therefore, the mystics have taught that the good finally must triumph over evil, even though it appears as though it were a struggle between the powers of light and darkness. In the Bibles of the world and many other sources, one persistent purpose, teaching, and conclusion runs through them all. The universe is a spiritual system, and we are some part of it. God is right where we are and is discovered at the center of our own being. Turning from everything that denies this and quietly contemplating the perfection of the inner person, who is the incarnation of God, we meet the great reality in the only place we shall ever discover it, within our own hearts and souls and minds. All right. Basically, that big long sentence was a way of saying that mystics don't have to show their work. It's like when you do math, and so mystics look at the problem and jump right to the solution, and they don't show their work in between. Mostly because they've already done the work. That is the point of regular spiritual practice. Regular spiritual, I just saw a meme that really fascinated me. And basically it said when you dump a bucket of water on a rock, nothing happens. The rock just gets wet. But if you drop a drop of water on a rock every, so every whatever the interval, it'll create a hole. It's consistency over intensity. So all of the mystics that you know practiced consistently. They practice their spiritual practice consistently. So when they come to these amazing conclusions, it's not that they're not showing their work. They've done their work. And that's what Ernest is. He's a big believer in consistency. He's a big believer in consistency. Get up every morning, get up every day, do your spiritual practice. And what you are looking for is the unity back of. You are looking for the only place we are ever going to find God is within ourselves. We might see God in each other. We might see God all around us. But if you want to commune with God, there's only one place to go, within. And the amazing thing about that is the environment doesn't matter. You can find God within yourself in a church, you can go to Notre Dame and find God within yourself. You can also go to a national forest and find God within yourself. In both places, you are surrounded by God, but until you are willing to turn within and commune with God. And that's what the mystics do. That's what the mystics do. And the environment doesn't matter. It might help. Because, if you are standing in the middle of a national forest in nature, it's easy to hear God. If you are standing in Notre Dame, it's easy to hear God. If you are in the middle of downtown Houston traffic, but that's what the mystics teach, to be able to find God there. And it's consistency. It's that regular spiritual practice. And that's what he says is pretty much every religion out there that's got more than a few members has a mystic branch. And all of the mystics do tend to agree. They tend to agree. It doesn't matter what their dogma says, what their doctrine says. They tend to agree on, yeah. And then he throws in that thing about evil not being a power in and of itself. Because when you focus on the truth, evil disappears. Which, I'm all straight up tell you right now, sounds a whole lot easier than it is. Which is, again, the point of regular spiritual practice. All right, beloveds. I encourage you to have a great day, wondrous day, fantastic day, magical day, enchanted day, wonderful day, an awesome day, an amazing day. Hey, let's get this week started off right day. Enjoy the clouds, the dance of the clouds and Sunday. Take care of yourself day. Do what you got to do day. Cuddle your fur babies day, especially when they're extra needy. Tell somebody you love them day. Make sure you do something silly for yourself day. Read something amazing day. Listen to great music day. Take care of whatever it is that is on your mind and heart today. Day. A good day. And if that is too much pressure, and I completely understand, because lately it has been for me, simply have a day. You are enough, just as you are. You are a beloved expression of the divine. You are a brilliant light, even when you can't see it. A divine spark, spirit in motion, God in action, a beautiful masterpiece, and a work in progress at the same time at your own pace. And as Reverend Jesse likes to call us, you are a godling. Explore the truth of your own being. Get to know who the divine knows you to be. Because the divine knows you to be good. And from there, anything is possible. All right, beloveds. Reverend David should be on around 5 p.m. with you. I'll be back with you around 9 a.m., 9:15 tomorrow. Take care of yourself. Know that you are loved. And I will see you next time.